Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. So this is going to be hopefully another short video, and it's going to be something that will make it really obvious when to get out of a conversation and when to get away from a group of people. Here's the funny thing. I just saw a short on YouTube. It's from this guy who's very professional, very famous, and he's talking about something like what this video is going to be about. I'm going to go a little more in depth. But the funny thing is, I'm thinking, but isn't that what this guy does for a living? Now I'll get to it in a minute, but the funny thing about it is what I'm going to show you is really obvious. It's really simple. You've experienced it before, and you've seen it before, you've been around it, and yet you don't really see it. Yet you do, but you don't. Because the funny thing about it is, this is what this guy does for a living professionally. He gets paid millions of dollars a year to do this, and yet he's talking about it in his podcast, and yet not a single person that responded on that YouTube short has said, wait, isn't that what this guy does for a living? So my purpose for sharing that is, it's kind of funny because somebody could be pointing this out to you being the very person that does it, and you still don't see it. Right now, it's one of my number one go-tos when I meet new people. And the video right before this is my other one. It's the one where I talk about when people are negative, they use no, not, can't, won't, shan't. They use the word but a lot. These two things are what I'm looking for when I meet people. If they do those two things, boom, I'm gone. So he says, have you ever heard that expression where if you're at a table and other people are talking about other people, get up and leave? Because the minute you do, you're the one they're going to be talking about. So here's the funny thing. I noticed this when I was young, and I mean really young. I'm talking 10, 11, 12. I got confident. I kind of pointed it out when my teens. But it wasn't really until, let me think, I was probably 41 or a little bit older when I went back to my hometown and met with my family. Even then, I hadn't talked to my family in probably 8 or 10 years at that point because of all this narcissist abuse and stuff. And back then, I didn't know what narcissism was. I just knew they were abusive, and I was just sick and tired of it, so I just left. So I'm sitting at the table with my nephews and nieces, and somebody had got up, and my mom just instantly. Now these were kids that we're talking anywhere from about 14 to about 19, or no, I think 18 was the oldest one, or maybe he might have been 17 actually. So what happened was my mom got up and went to the bathroom, or I don't know where. I think she went to the bathroom. I don't know. She left the room. And I had pointed out, I go, did you guys notice that whenever someone gets up and leaves, Mom starts talking crap about them? Like, what are you talking about? No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. I'm like, yeah. And then they all go, not me. And one of my nieces says, no, she doesn't do that about me, blah, 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 blah. And everyone kind of went quiet because she was the one she talked the most crap about. And nobody wanted to say anything. They all kind of looked at me like, no, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who you are. And this is what I said. I said, you watch. When I get up and leave from this table to go home, I promise you, I'll bet each of you $100. Before I even get to my car, she will already have started talking shit. And they were all into, oh, no, that's not true, blah, blah. I go, I'm telling you, the minute one of you gets up from the table, she's going to go in. I mean, literally before you even get into the other room. So she comes back, and we kind of got into a conversation. I think we started making sandwiches. So everyone forgot about what I said. Even I did. I just kind of moved on, whatever. And sure enough, one of my nephews gets up, and I mean, the guy didn't even get, 7 feet away. She goes, oh, so-and-so is kind of light in his loafers, meaning he's gay. Now, an adult woman saying this to her nephew, I just think is a little bit messed up. Sorry, not to her nephew, behind her nephew's back. Oh wait, that would be a grandchild. Sorry, wrong term. So he gets up, walks away, and next thing you know, she just goes right in. And I mean, she's rambling and rambling. And it wasn't like one quick comment. It was just, and the thing is, I thought it was kind of brutal because she's trying to ruin his self-esteem and ruin his social status, or whatever you want to call that, respect. And all of my nephews and nieces, they got really quiet and they looked at me. And my mom didn't even notice, and they're just looking like, oh my God. I'm like, and I go, see? And I said it out loud, I go, see? Told you. They were just, literally their mouths dropped. They were like, oh, no way. Like, and here's what was going in their mind, like, how come I never noticed this before? Now here's the funny part about it. It's really weird because they've all seen it, they've all heard it, they've all experienced it, but number one, they didn't really notice it, yet they did. Number two, not a single one of them thought that they would be the one that she would talk about. Now this is kind of a really weird thing because I'm just using this as an example. For some reasons, I'm going to say 90+% of humans, they just think that they're special. Oh, this person wouldn't do that to me. And it really stood out to me when I sat at the table. And I remember my mom had got up and left again. I think she went to her room, watched TV. I don't remember what it was. But they brought up the discussion like, oh, she doesn't do that. And all of them, like, oh, she doesn't do that to me. I'm like, oh my God, like, yes, she does. I've heard it before. And I look at all my other nephews. Well, doesn't so-and-so talk about her? And they didn't want to say anything because they didn't want to get in trouble. And again, it's not just them. It could be any group. So I'm going to use them as an example. They all thought, well, if I don't say anything, then Nana isn't going to talk about me. I'm like, she's already talking about you. What are you talking about? So here's the deal. Just because you kiss up to the backstabber, the person who's hurting everyone, bullying everyone, talking behind people's back, I am telling you, that does not mean that they're not doing it to you. And this is why you should immediately get up and leave. Because the longer you hang out with this group, the worse your name's going to get. So a while back, the last narcissist that I really dealt with, it came to me pretty intuitively. It was just a gut feeling. It was like everywhere we went to a coffee shop, we went to this like, kind of like, it wasn't a Walgreens. I forget what that store was, something like that. Maybe it's a CVS. But and then we went to a restaurant. Every single place we went, this person talked shit about one or two people in that establishment. And then we went to his work, and he was talking about everybody. And I realized, like, oh, he's probably already doing this behind my back too. And that's when I realized, oh, it's time for me to leave, cut chain, and block. Here's what I think it is. I think because they're divulging probably this private information or personal information about other people, I think that it makes you feel like, oh, they're on my side because they're letting me in on their secret stuff, or whatever you want to call it. But just to let you know, they're not. Number two, this is also a tactic to get you to spill your beans about whatever. Could be about your own personal stuff. It could be about what you think about someone. So a lot of times they'll use this to sucker you in. Say, yeah, we're on the same side here, buddy. Give me some juicy bits that I can now use against you. Or tell other people and turn them against you. But wait, there's more. Even if you don't tell them anything or tell them how you feel about people or anything at all, they will make it up. So don't worry, your name will be mud in a matter of a few days to a week. Trust me. And everybody in this group will hate you. And it's kind of funny because the group never catches on, and that's what I'm talking about. This person can totally destroy each individual in that group and humiliate them behind their back to other people, and other people be rude, mean, disrespectful, and nobody picks up on it, yet each and every one of them has seen it and heard it with their own ears as this person does it to every other person in the group. And yet they think, I'm the special one because he what's the word? He confided in me, and therefore we're on the same secret team. No, you're not. You're not on the same secret team. You guys are all on the same secret team, but you don't know it. The other team. Because you're not on that person's team, that's for damn sure. He's got you all turned against each other, hating on each other, and it's not even funny. Here's the really weird thing, at least for me. My intuition was going through the roof, and it was kind of a fun, like, maybe fascinating is a better. It was fun, but it was fascinating because I could just it's like it was so obvious to me. Like, man, if he's talking shit about all these people, oh, he's talking shit about me too. But it wasn't just that. I'm going to give you just one example of many. So there's this group of people where he worked at that he introduced me to, okay? And of course, it was the whole over-the-top love bombing. Mike could walk on water. He's the healer of the universe. Just like all this incredible stuff. And what ended up happening, so the first 2 times I went there, it was great. Everyone loved me. And I was gone for a while, and then I flew back. And the very first day I walked in, every single person who I only met for 2 to 3 minutes each, maximum, all of a sudden completely hated me, turned on me, gave me the dirtiest looks you could fucking imagine, wouldn't even speak to me, and were visibly upset. Now we're talking black and white. One day, awesome, beautiful, don't see him for a while, I come back instantaneously. I mean, I wasn't even there more than 2 minutes. If you have an experience like this where you really don't know these people, you've been briefly introduced to them once or twice, and that was it, and bam, they turn on you, trust me, the narcissist has turned these people against you to the point where they actually want to hurt you, and they just might. So get away. So I instantly walked up to this person and I said, hey man, like, what's the deal? What's going on? Because I figured, like, well, I've never had any bad experiences with these people, so the only person who knows me is this person who works here. And I walked right up and said, so what's going on, man? Like, what happened? He goes, oh, what do you mean? I go, dude, every single person here hates me. Oh, no, you're just paranoid. Oh, no, that's all in your head. Oh. And that's when I knew, like, yep, the game's on. So I purposely walked up to someone, tried to start a conversation. They're like, fuck off. And they walked away quick. And I looked at him like, see what I'm saying? He literally laughed. So that's the narcissist smirk and laugh. And right then and there, I realized what was up. The game was on. So what narcissists are trying to do, they're trying to suck you into this cycle of abuse. Now, they turn everyone against everyone. Now, here's the deal. So I was airborne infantry, and because of that, I mean, we're not afraid to jump out of a plane at 2,000 feet. It's no problem. So I walked up to him purposefully, and I looked at him and said, well, I guess I'm done here. I'll never come back here again. He goes, wait, what do you mean? Why? I don't understand. Said, I don't need to be around a group of people that don't like me. I go, I'm done. Now this broke the narcissist's plans, because that was the whole idea, was to pull me into a group of people that would just constantly give me dirty looks, be rude to me, disrespectful, maybe say shit to me, etc., etc. That was the goal. So I've been around the block a bit. At that point in time, I didn't know what narcissist abuse was and all the stuff that we talk about now. It wasn't labeled gaslighting and all that stuff. But I knew enough, I'd been around the block enough to go, I don't want to be around people that don't want me. If you don't want me here, trust me, I will leave. Now here's another thing I've learned over the years. The minute someone starts playing games with me like this, the minute any of this stuff starts to crop up, I pull that rug so hard, so fast, so quick, they literally slip off their feet and they crack the back of their head on the floor. And that's exactly how I felt when I walked up and said, yeah, I'm done. I'll never come back here again. Because it ruins all their plans. They're like, whoa, like, because they had all this stuff set up. They had what's the word I'm looking for? Diabolically figured things out, what to say to who, when, where, how, and they've spent all this time doing all this negative stuff, and you're like, boom, I'm gone, and like, oh shit, all that work for nothing. So if you get around a group of people that are gossiping, talking negatively about people, get away. Just get up and leave. Hey, God bless you guys. Thank you for listening. This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Please click subscribe, click the like button, make a comment, and remember, you can always give a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. God bless you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.